Today is Sunday, September 10th, and this week on NCR Mass, Kite Man is feeling super sorry for himself, Superman is fighting his fears, the insults just keep on coming between Oliver Queen and Hal Jordan, and the Justice League is starting a sitcom with their future children. Join us for all this and more on NCR DC Mass, episode number 50. All right, how's it going? Welcome to NCR DC Mass, episode number 50. I'm your host, Ben Dupé.
Bradley Butan. Travis Roseberry.
And we are your DC comic book overlords. So how are we doing this week?
Doing good, man. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Live from the new studio.
Yes. The new,
season 2 of NCR.
Yeah, I guess this is season 2, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, we didn't even leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
Nice work, gentlemen.
Nicely done, sir. Yeah, so it was a good week for DC Comics. We were kind of catching up this week, I feel like. I think all the books on this week are from the previous week, but on Communion we were covering books from the week before and this week, like some of the annuals and Wonder Woman and stuff. So
classic time traveling Barry problems right there.
Jeez, Barry, yeah, it's causing a lot of problems for us. So yeah, man, good books this week though. I feel like we got a lot of books next week too. Like
yeah, we do, but they're pretty good ones too.
Right?
Yeah.
What is it? Kind of browbeaten from all the comic book reading, you know.
True. I understand that.
Yeah. So yeah, we got like Action Comics. We're gonna find out who Mr. Oz is.
Well, can't wait.
We already know who he is because we read it, but you know we can't say.
Yeah.
So yeah, and what else, man? War Jokes and Riddles is finally sort of closing up a little bit, which I'm a little grateful for. I don't know. Yeah.
Time to move on to something better.
Yeah, a little bit, a little less serious, maybe. Hopefully, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, we got some books to cover this week, and then we're gonna do a post show for you guys. So why don't we jump right into the books? All right, so first off, we are going to cover Superman number 30.
All right, Superman number 30, a minute longer. So we left off last time with our big boy Blue, who's been infected by Parallax, right?
Yes.
Oh, man. I thought this was going to be awesome. The big showdown between Sinestro, who's finally back from wherever he's been. We thought he was dead, but he's not.
Because comics?
The Spanish conquistador Parallax?
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, I had to.
It's okay, no problem. So Parallax is infused with Superman and has been confronted by Sinestro. Sinestro wishes to exercise, and I don't mean like calisthenics, exercise Parallax from Superman so that he can harness Parallax's power and reignite his core. To do this,
just a little more sit-ups.
Yeah, just a few. Couple chin-ups, you know.
Yeah.
To do this, Sinestro transports the two of them to Quord. Yep, that's the antimatter universe where Sinestro first got his yellow ring.
Not named after Ted Cord.
Correct.
No, this
Quord,
is different.
Q-W.
I don't know anything about Cord either. Do you know much about this?
Yeah,
Ted Cord? Yeah.
No, not Ted Cord, but I'm talking about Cord.
The planet of the
planet
Cord?
Yeah, that's Sinestro's homeworld.
Yeah. Well, no, not his homeworld. That's where he got the Yellow Lantern ring, and that's where the Weaponers actually formed the Yellow Lantern ring.
I really dig those like lightning bolt wielding dudes.
Yeah,
I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They looked a lot out of like the Silver Age.
Yeah,
exactly.
They sure did.
Yep. So they're back on Quord, where he and the Weaponers of Quord subdue Parallax.
The Weaponers Accord?
Yeah, the Weaponer. I get it. Nice. Boo. No. At the frozen core of the planet, Sinestro pulls Parallax from Superman by making him see all of his fears, which in a double splash page, it was pretty neat to see. There was a cool little glimpse, and I don't know if this is going to be from Metal or not, but Superman is Doomsday again. I saw that. And they kind of talk about, what did you do to Batman? Oh, no. And he's holding Batman's cowl. So I was like, oh, are we getting a glimpse into the future of Metal?
Well, there has been like a preview page of Batman as Doomsday. Like they're mashing him up or whatever.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's like your Glee episode mashup of Batman and Doomsday.
Never
Did you say
Glee?
Yeah. You know they do the mashups on Glee. No,
I've never watched.
Turn over your man card.
Okay, so
you lost one. You get 3 a year.
It's like
you've already lost 2.
Like
so I know Barry Allen. I know the Flash and Supergirl are from Glee, but like
Yeah.
Back to the comic. But Parallax escapes Superman's body, and Sinestro tries to make his way... he escapes Superman, and Sinestro tries to make his way to the surface to freedom. The final battle is confusing to me because I didn't really follow it, but it kind of made sense. So Sinestro loses his ring somehow inside of Parallax, and Superman somehow is able to resist being absorbed by Parallax again. He goes inside of him, and he finds Sinestro's ring and uses it to trap Parallax inside of it. It was super confusing. You tell me if I lost something there. I just kind of went with it. I just said "cuz comics" and ran.
So I got the feeling that it was the Spaceballs scene where fooled you.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what I got. Is what I got from
that.
Yeah.
No, I was a little confused by it as well. So I thought it was kind of
so after Superman absorbs absorbs Parallax in Sinestro's ring, he then looks down at a kind of a beaten down Sinestro. Is like, what now, bro? I got your guy and I got your ring. What do you want, huh? What? And Sinestro somehow pops out of Cord. Goes back to the regular universe.
Well, yeah, because he asked one of those people hit him in the chest with their lightning bolt,
yeah,
and that's going to transport him.
Yep, and then
or
Superman
kill him, one of the two.
Yeah.
So Superman gets transported back to the normal universe with the ring, and he vows to turn it into Hal Jordan for safekeeping because now that ring's got Parallax inside of it.
Yeah.
So too much power for one person to hold on to, so he wants it to be taken care of by the cops.
Let's give Parallax over to Hal Jordan because that's
always
worked
turns out
very well in the past.
So don't worry, no temptation there whatsoever.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
So that's basically our comic, and next week we go on to another storyline. So
nice,
pretty good stuff. I like the art. Like I said, the end kind of fell apart for me. I thought maybe I was confused a little. I don't know, but I gave it a blessing. I kind of liked it. It was a good read. So,
nice, yeah. We do have a rating system here.
Sorry.
No, we ran into this last week too. Where it's we're starting with different people, and
I'm new here.
Yeah, well, here I'll
it's
play
season 2.
I'll play our rating system so y'all know what we're talking about.
If a comic book is bad, we rate it as blasphemy. If the book is good, we give our blessing. If the book is not bad, not good, but just kind of meh, we rate it as stuck in purgatory. If the book is great, we rate it as holy. And if a comic book exceeds all standards of awesomeness, we rate that book as salvation.
All right, so that being said, Travis thinks it is a good comic book.
Yes, it's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
So,
what do you guys think?
So let me ask you one quick question. What would you pair Superman with? What kind of cereal would you pair Superman with?
Cereal, huh? I don't know. I'm a big Fiber One because I like to move these things on through.
Keep it moving.
Right.
Did you listen to Communion last week?
Yeah.
Ariel was like, we need to get cereal posters. I was like, we just need to get one giant Cheerios poster up here. That's it. So, yeah. Let me guess. Cheerios?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. All right. We got something new.
All
right. Yeah.
Yep. And my blood sugars don't like it, but I did.
You took one for the team. Good job.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to think of a yellow cereal, but I'm coming up empty. Yeah,
Kicks.
Kicks. Yeah.
Pops.
But Kicks is just so bland, man. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're for moms, not comic books.
Pops.
Yeah.
Corn Pops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember those 90s commercials for Pops?
Oh yeah,
the little kid.
Yep.
Yeah, those were good. All right. So anyway, we are gonna move things on to the next book of the week, and that is Batman number 30. Something quite serious, and if you're looking for a light read, this is probably not the one. It's more serious, but anyway, Batman number 30. Kite Man and Tweedledee are going up against Batman, and big surprise, they get beat down. So the bigger surprise is that Batman is now on the Riddler's side in this war between Joker and Riddler. So the way this ended last week was some confusing dinner party with Batman and the Joker and Riddler and all the villains of Gotham where they somehow didn't kill each other, and they just ended up agreeing that Bruce Wayne was going to give one of the sides money.
They all went to Dairy Queen afterwards.
Yeah, they all went to Dairy Queen afterwards. And
Dairy Queen.
Yeah. So Bruce Wayne decided to side with the Riddler. I think he's the thought process is here. He's choosing the lesser of two evils, and he's just going to join one side to extinguish the other. Then he only has one group of bad guys to deal with. And that's pretty much the entire issue, just watching Kite Man attack Batman with different members of Joker's army and fail again and again and again. And there's this like narrative of Kite Man's kid calling him a joke and saying, "Mommy calls you a joke. No one takes you seriously," or whatever. And it's kind of funny because no one really does take Kite Man seriously. He's like Condiment King or something like that. And the only two people left on Joker's side are Mr. J himself and the Kite Man. So Batman captures Kite Man at the very end, and Riddler is getting Kite Man to tell him where Joker is hiding now, that the war is kind of like over, piddled out, apparently lost. So that's all we got. This war was over 5 issues later before it started, and I guess Riddler won. Although I think that Joker probably has some more tricks up his sleeve.
But Kite Man. So why is he so important? Why is Kite Man why did we have to get an origin of Kite Man? So, I mean, that's what I don't get.
I think this is like Tom King's way. He really likes to like get inside the head of a character and give you an expose on like what they're like. You remember he did that with Bane, where he showed you where he came from. I mean,
but people care about Bane. I mean, who cares about Kite Man?
But he could be a dispensable character, so you could kind of like associate with them and be like, "Oh yeah, this could be me someday."
Right?
I don't want to be a Kite guy.
I could graduate
that's
from
Kite Man, sir.
Oh, so sorry. My apologies.
It's
That's
not windy.
Dr. Kite Man.
Dr. Kite, yeah. No, I think like, and that was part of it too, was he was exploring sort of the sad sackery that goes behind Kite Man and why he is so sad and kind of such a failure or whatever. And I don't know. I mean, like, that's just what Tom King does. He's a very introspective author. He likes to get inside the head of certain characters and really show them out, I guess. It's a really odd place to do that, it seems, in this War of Jokes and Riddles thing, to like, we're going to focus on Kite Man and not the Joker or the Riddler here, but I don't know.
In the War of Jokes and Riddles.
Yeah, but we've never focused on Kite Man before, so it's like, I mean, Joker and Riddler have both been explored quite a bit, so I don't know. It was okay, I guess. I'm about ready for a new story arc with this one, but the artwork was still a lot of fun. I had a good time reading it. I'm still at a blessing on this one. I had enough fun reading it. It didn't last too long for me, and it is what it is. What do you guys think?
The art was beautiful.
The art was fantastic. It has been fantastic the entire time.
Yeah.
So
I would say Grape Nuts.
Grape Nuts.
Grape Nuts.
Grape Nuts. Okay, where does that fall on the rating scale?
Blessing. I'm going for a blessing on it. I not even warm Grape Nuts, just milk and Grape Nuts, nothing to sweeten it up at all.
Are you just saying Grape Nuts so you can say nuts on the cast?
I am.
There you go.
I pair that with milk steak. Is that
milk steak?
Milk steak?
I don't know.
Milk toast?
Milk toast. Yeah, that is the thing. Yeah,
there you go.
I don't know. I kind of lost it in this one. I thought this was the worst one out of all of them so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they've all kind of been just kind of bland for me. Like, I was expecting a little more. I could have used some tie-in issues and really made this a war, but they've got other things going on right now, and they just don't. There's only so many event books you can have at the same time. So
such a good premise, though. I mean, having a war between the Joker and Riddler. I mean, geez, that could be just awesome.
It really could be. I feel like they just, and I've said it every couple weeks, is they tried to cram this into 6 issues. This deserved to be an event with tie-in books and stuff because it's a war.
Well, what was it? 2 weeks ago when in the Deadshot and what's his name? Deadshot and the assassin.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Thank you. Gosh,
Deadpool.
No, that's not right. It's your darn shirt. It's throwing me off. It's a Deadpool shirt.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That story arc right there, just the battle between the two of them and how it just laid waste to Gotham, that could have lasted at least 3 issues. Just the story between the two of them. I think that would have been amazing.
Oh, you could have done an easily like a 1-2 villain versus and do like 10 books.
I would have enjoyed that. Like, you could have made that Deathstroke Deadshot thing its own tie-in.
And
it could have been a 3-issue long tie-in between those two facing off. To my knowledge, that's nothing that's been done in the recent history, and I think like that would have sold a lot of issues to have just like a 3-issue Deathstroke versus Deadshot, So I don't know, but again, they've just got the Rebirth thing going on. They've got the Oz Effect coming up. They've got Doomsday Clock. So there's just not time.
Yeah.
If we were in the New 52, I think they would have done something like this. It seems like. What would you rate this one, Travis?
I'd go with. Boy, I don't
tough.
know. I don't want to rate it high, and I don't want to rate it super low because, like you said, the art really pulled it back out for me.
Sounds like a purgatory.
That's what I want to lean towards, but I'm going to give it a blessing. Like it was all right.
All right. Hey, that's cool, man.
More Fiber One.
Yeah. Yep.
More Fiber One.
More Fiber One. Yeah. So we are going to move things on to our next book of the week, and that is Green Arrow number 30.
In the exciting conclusion to the hard-traveling hero story arc, Ollie enlists the help of Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, in a team-up that this fanboy has been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, I heard you squeal when you opened this comic from across
I know, right?
across the city.
To quote Ollie, I've still got a hard head, just less of a dumbass.
Nice.
This book was full of, like, just stupid one-liners. Like, that was amazing, so...
As the two's banter with each other is exactly the way it should be, with reintroductions over the two get to work and go to the dark side of the moon. Cue Pink Floyd. While the Greens are driving a Dodge Ram in outer space headed towards the moon, Red Arrow and Black Canary are closing in on the underground men's base. What do they find but the auctioneer the Hut and slave Wendy?
Is he the cousin of Jabba?
Yeah.
That's distant relatives.
Right.
Third cousin once removed.
Face looks the same. He's just a lot slimmer.
It's like a great grandson, because Star Wars was a long time ago in a galaxy far from.
Gotcha.
So,
Dang.
Yeah. He was on the ship when Han Solo crash landed back in the 1800s, and then got killed by the Indians, and then Chewbacca became the Sasquatch.
Where are we going with this?
We all know that age-old story.
Right. We all know Han Solo crash landed on Earth, and Indiana Jones was looking for the Sasquatch. It was Chewie.
Come on, Brad. We've all taken History 101. We all know how this goes. So.
So as the Greens get to the lunar moon base, they find out that they have this
That's
You want me to run back?
That's good. As the Greens get to lunar moon base, they find out that they have all these information drones that are siphoning all the information from the satellites in space. And this is how they're getting the information on everything. The Greens trigger an alarm, and their presence is known on the dark side of the moon. We end with Hal getting shot by a missile into space. What does this mean for the two-part finale of the hard-traveling hero? Well, I hope that it's another. I hope all the rest of the Justice League are going to come to save the day.
Yeah, I do too. So all this is taking place on the moon.
Yeah, the dark side of the moon.
I wonder, like, where Batman's moon base is in relation. Like, how big is the dang moon, man? We've had the Eradicator battle on the moon. Mm-hmm. We've had Batman's moon base. Now this, this. I mean, at some point they're going to run. They're going to run into the Inhumans at some point, you know?
Right?
Yeah,
that's how the next Marvel DC crossover is going to be. It's going to be on the moon.
Inhumans versus Batman. Yeah,
right. I loved it. It wasn't a salvation for me. I want to see part 2 before I could go there, but I'd say a good holy. Some Captain Crunch with the Crunch Berries. For me. I really dug it. It hit all the wording was perfect. Percy did a great job of writing out, Hal Jordan with Green Lantern.
Yeah, totally.
There was it was very, very reminiscent to the old hard traveling hero that was just Green Arrow and Green Lantern, by Neil Adams. But man, it was great.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, man. I mean, you hook up Oliver Queen and Hal Jordan, you're in for a good time. I mean, it's just the punchy one-liners and the insults and stuff. It's just so much fun. The egos are so huge between these two. it's just it's a blast.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean the rest of not the rest, but Wonder Woman, Flash, Superman, and Lex all have to come back to save the day. I think
it's been a really fun journey just watching the Justice League kind of zoom in and out of Oliver's life, and I'm interested to see if they're going to have him join back up. Or I think we've all said I hope he doesn't. I think he's a good like Robin Hood street level, like he's like the Defenders of this universe sort of. So
and he's got a good team. He's got Canary.
He does.
He's got Emmy Ray. He's got Red Arrow.
I mean, his Arrowverse is really good, and people are familiar with it even in the general public because of the CW TV show.
Yeah.
So it's like, What did you read this one, Trav?
I didn't. I'm just flipping through it, and I think the art looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And you guys had just suggested that it's full of one-liners, and that's all about me right there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back and read it.
Yeah. I mean, like this is one when the whole hard traveling hero. I think this will actually be Percy's shining moment with Green Lantern.
I would
think
definitely buy this
one.
as a graphic novel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be a fun one. So, yeah, man, you got to read it though. Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll keep things green and move things on to Green Lanterns number 30.
GL number 30 out of time. The first Lanterns and
Too
Jess.
late. You said you're out of time.
Oh, that's it.
Okay,
Sorry.
thanks
All right,
everybody.
guys,
We'll
over.
see you next week on NCR.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Let's see here. So the first Lanterns and Jess and Baz reached Is it Maltese or Maltose?
I was going Maltose.
Maltose. Okay.
Maltese.
And
although Maltese sounds like it should be too, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, they sneak up on Volthoom, who is all over the map with his new powers. He's like helping two random people who are outside of the Science Citadel put bricks together, but he's losing his crap because his Phantom Ring is like trying to access all the different powers. And he's just losing it.
It's like a manic depressive Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yes, Frank. Yeah. Frank from the original.
Oh, Frank Leminski. It's like how he acted when he had the Phantom Ring.
Exactly. So his only singular thought, though, Volthoom that is to bust into the Science Citadel, retrieve his travel lantern, and make the blue guys pay along the way. So a semi-coordinated attack by the first Lanterns and Jess leaves four of the Lanterns dead. But when Volthoom has Jess in his sights and his grasp, a ringless Baz steps up to the confrontation. In a Guy Gardner-esque move, Baz throws a few swings, but they're hardly useful. But this display of great willpower calls out to the four Lantern Rings and has them take over Baz as their new host.
I did love this part when Baz was just like,
amazing.
You know what, man? I don't have a ring, but I'm going to just give it a shot anyway. And
he throws a rock. He throws a couple of punches. Great. Yeah, he's like, nope, this isn't going to happen. That's my partner.
Yeah. No, so, I had a good time. I mean, it's like Space Cop level stuff. So
I wrote down Blessing as my review, but I'm going to call it holy. I loved it. It was great. I can't wait till next week. So
we talked about this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The art, it's a little cartoony, but I like that in some of these. I don't know. The writing wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't bad. I liked it. It moved it along. You kind of got a little feeling for all the characters and everything. So
I think the art was a story in this one though too. I think the art moved it along more than any of the stories.
True.
We talked about this a little bit on Communion too. There are two books in DC Rebirth that I don't think they've ever gotten below a blessing, and the majority of the time they're Holy or Salvation. Yeah. It's been Green Lantern Green Lanterns by Sam Humphries and Red Hood and the Outlaws. We've never given Red Hood and the Outlaws anything less than a Holy.
Wow.
It's always been really good, and this has never been anything less than a blessing, and the majority of the time it's a Holy or Salvation. So I mean, this is just such a good book, man. Like it got me into Green Lanterns, and it got me to go back and read some of the Jeff Johns stuff from New 52, and I mean it really got me into it. And
so Baz has 4 rings that have unlimited power. Yeah. So I mean,
and his ring that has the shards in his arms,
right?
And he's got the what is it, Emerald Sight?
I think he's definitely going to be doing something.
He's like the all level powerful Green Lantern right now. Yeah,
and then he's going to be he's going to lead the Sinestro Corps here in the near future.
What?
Yeah, they
JLA.
Oh, is this a solicit
or Justice League?
Justice League last week they
No way.
they forecasted or foreshadowed it.
Well, the kids when they came back and they were talking to the Justice League, he's like, "Why is nobody talking about whose kid is mine?" And like, "Well, you're a Yellow Lantern."
Yeah.
Oh, really? Huh. Wow. I had no idea. That's crazy. That'll be really interesting.
It's Justice League, so we can kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's in its own world.
Yes,
over
that's
here.
it. Continuity
Yes,
does not apply.
yes.
They're on
It
Earth.
is.
They're on
Yes,
Earth
it is.
number 53.
It's getting better though, but it's starting to get. They tested those waters way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is getting a little better though. Like this storyline with the children and stuff. I'm getting into it a little more.
I like it. I like
yeah.
this.
And actually, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about next. Is
Well, this is Justice League of America.
oh no, I was going to do Justice League.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So Justice League number 28. Wow, we are
It's
just
not your Justice League, it's his Justice
the
League.
other
Oh,
Justice
gotcha.
League. Yeah,
Yeah.
You
man,
can get a good look at his steak, but wait.
We're going counterclockwise today.
Okay.
Shouldn't have done that.
Screwing
But
it all up.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I really Barry Allen that one.
Yeah.
We are blowing through these books
Boom.
today, man. We're 25 minutes and we have 2 books left. That's crazy. All right, hey man, I'm okay because next week is going to be a beast.
Yeah.
So I think we all have 3 books next week.
We do.
All right, so Justice League number 28, and you'll have to forgive me a little bit on this one because I haven't read the past 2 story arcs of this. Have you guys?
I have. I'm keeping up.
Or the past 2 issues of this, rather.
2 issues, yeah.
Yeah, this is part 3. So
Yep.
if I get something wrong, correct me, let me know. But this was my understanding of it, and Ariel helped me a little. So
Sure.
Clark and his family are having dinner with Wonder Woman and Clark's son from the future. Is that right?
No.
No?
No.
Well, it's not
he's-
Clark's son.
It's not
He's-
Clark's
Oh, it's
son.
Wonder Woman's son?
Yeah, Wonder Woman's son that Clark raised.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
he is
okay.
still his son.
And Wonder Woman abandoned him. That was how it went, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then Mira and her daughter from the future are just hanging out in the ocean. I'm not really sure what they're doing there, but they're just kind of having a heart-to-heart and talking about how things are complicated with Arthur. See Aquaman right now because he's trapped in Atlantis in that book, and that's actually a fantastic book right now. Cyborg and his dad are hanging out with the Cyborg's future son at their laboratory. I really liked his name. Wasn't it Cube? Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I thought that was a funny name. So Jessica and Barry are hanging out with their future daughter. Simon Baz and Steve Trevor are quarantined Midway City. Do we know why they've quarantined that city? No.
I'm drawing a blank.
Wasn't it from like one of the past issues of that where the
I haven't
battle
read
took
them,
place?
so yeah,
I'm-
listeners or Jim, Jim email me and tell me because I was trying to find it, and Ariel was trying to find it too. We couldn't find anything about them quarantining Midway City.
Yeah, well, they never said it in the book, but it was when I can't even think of the bad guy's name. A bunch of villains came. They went to that house, and that was that girl who was
With the hair?
with the hair and the stuff. And
yeah, the girl with the hair. Yeah, yeah. But no,
They talked about it last
she was hacking.
issue.
She was the hacker.
Yeah, they kind of talked about it, and they're all standing around, and they're like, how can this happen? How can all this stuff go wrong? And they're kind of like foreshadowing what they're going to do as a Justice League to prevent this. And then the kids drop out from the portal tube thing.
Okay.
And the story just kind of gets shifted
Yeah.
for an issue. So I don't remember exactly why they're quarantining it, but looking at it, I'm going, oh yeah, this is what they were kind of talking
Yeah.
about. I think it was 2 issues ago.
I think pretty much it was Hitch's attempt to recap everything that he's done with Justice League, so nobody would be lost, but we're all lost.
well, and actually, I did though because we cut back from this quarantine thing. We cut back to Clark and his future son talking about the Kindred and how they doomed everybody because the Justice League just stopped the immediate threat at the time without asking any more questions. They didn't destroy the Kindred because it would have killed a bunch of innocent, men, women, and children. But I really like how they addressed that. Kind of, they were like, we just killed them and we didn't find out anything more. And that was one of my complaints about that story arc was like, who are the Kindred? What did they come for? We just went through the story and you didn't tell us. And it's almost like Brian Hitch going back and saying, yeah, sorry, I didn't do that. But now we're getting into that.
We're going to retcon it 28 issues later.
28. And hey, man, that's okay. Like,
I fixed it.
he's doing better. Like, I actually, this issue is better. Wonder Woman's kind of getting all introspective on the Watchtower, just going over old footage of everything we've seen in the last 28 issues of Justice League. And at the very end of the issue, Clark says to Lois that they have to kill Wonder Woman. And
Hunter.
What now?
Clark doesn't tell Lois that they're going to kill. That they have to kill Wonder Woman.
Oh, I thought that was
Hunter.
Clark.
No, Hunter, the Wonder Woman's son, tells the twins, the speed twins, the light twins.
Oh, is that it? Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he's talking to.
No, he's talking to the Cube.
Yeah, he's talking to Q.
Yeah, okay.
And he's sitting up in bed. Okay, yeah, he just looks a lot like Clark, I think. So, yeah, okay, that makes much more sense, because I was like, ugh, Superman killing Wonder Woman? That doesn't make sense. So, okay, good call on that. Yeah, I knew I was going to get some stuff wrong in this, because I just haven't been keeping up with the Justice League. So, yeah, but overall, just jumping into it, I'm going to go back and read the last 2 issues of the story, because I think that they've gotten better, actually.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this one, and I think Brian Hitch is learning a little bit as a writer on how to form a narrative a little better. I followed along with it pretty well, so I don't know. I'm at a blessing on this one. I enjoyed it. Just kind of jumping in cold like that. What did y'all think?
I was at a blessing. I like this. I like this art.
Yeah.
I like the kids. I would like to see a book on the kids, on these kids, and see some backstory on that, or whatever. But I'm sure that they'll end up retconning it. But
Yeah, it's
they're going to change the future, and so none of that happened.
All these kids do throw a wrench into the Justice League's family, sort of, and what they're like. That throws a wrench into. Well, they kind of addressed John in this issue, and they said that John died early on, but I don't know. Yeah, like Simon Jessica and Barry having a kid or whatever. That's kind of weird, because isn't Barry supposed to end up with Iris? And you just
Well, what's going on with Barry and Iris right now? They broke up, and they're not even going to be a thing, from what I understand.
She's just going to be working
maybe,
with Wally.
Maybe we're changing the world.
Maybe
it's a real Ross and Rachel situation we got.
I like
here's my other man card.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're out.
Friends reference.
Get out.
I have one left.
I like Barry with
let that one
Jess.
What's that?
I like Barry with Jess.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I just don't know why all the Justice League has to end up with each other.
I know,
at
because
this point,
they're with them all the time.
It's like
they have time to get in a relationship.
It's like a Match.com thing, like Justice League.
Tinder, Justice League Tinder,
Justice League only.
Swipe right for your next superhero matchup. Yeah.
Oh, not this one.
Oh,
again.
Flash! No, not you again. You're way too fast.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. We'll move on. So, all right. Next up, we got JLA number 13.
Yes, lucky number 13. A Black Canary and the Ray are having a heart-to-heart in a cafe when afterthought. Some guy that is testing all of the JLA, for what reason, who knows, but he quickly kicks the crap out of both Canary and the Ray. Back to the Microverse team, finally gets to meet the stranger wearing Dr. Palmer's belt. It is none other than Prion. Prion states that her and Yuat and Palmer were investigating these quantum storms that are ripping the microverses apart between time and space. Right before an angry mob attacks them, as they are all praying to this Maz Ga to answer them and stop the quantum storms, someone from the crowd shoots Prion with a time freeze gun and tells the JLA that Prion was a pirate and that his name was Yuat, the scientist that that was working with Palmer. The new Adam decides the only way to get Maz Ga to talk is to shrink even further because of science and comics.
You mix those two things, you just never know what's going to come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was just a weird book.
Yeah, I was, and you kind of know it's going to be when they go into the microverse thing. Yeah. So it was, I didn't get into this one yet.
I'd give it a blessing. I think I even skipped Serial when I was reading this one. But It was good. I mean,
You didn't have a small bowl?
No, just a spoonful.
spoonful.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
It was micro. It was micro.
Yeah, it was just a tiny joke right there.
You like
Just a
trying
tiny joke.
so hard to hold in the pun. I can't take it anymore.
Did anybody else read this?
I did not. No.
I did not.
Yeah, I don't know. You had this guy that kicked the crap out of Canary and the Ray, and all he said that he was testing them, and he had already attacked Killer Frost. And then you have Ryan Choi, the new Adam, and Killer Frost. They're in the microverse, and I don't know. It was good. I'm lost on it right now.
A little lost.
So hopefully things become a little bit more clear.
Okay.
Like this Prion lady, a pirate, but she's got the belt, so she had to have done something or nothing. I don't know. So,
So what would you rate it? Do you think?
I'm gonna put this in purgatory.
Okay.
It was just it was too all over the place for me.
Hey man, I'm with you.
Yeah, I couldn't get a good story out of it.
So. Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool. What
The
about
art was cool. The art was cool though.
Yeah, sorry you didn't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork just flipping through it does look pretty cool, and it looks like something I might jump into.
Yeah.
I've been excited about this microverse thing since Rebirth started, so I'll be interested to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
So. All right, cool. Well, that's all we got for you guys this week. It was a quick show. Excuse me. So we are going to do a post show after this. We're going to talk about a tiny bit of news. One might even say a microscopic amount of news. Yeah. So, and then we're just going to talk a little bit about what we're into this week.
Hey, Ben, what's the strongest days of the week?
What's that?
Saturday and Sunday.
Why?
No way, because the rest of them are weekdays.
Oh, I like it. So, yeah, if you want access to that post show, it's only $1 a month or more if you want to help donate to us at patreon.com/nerdchurchradio. You know, if you want to donate to us at a one-time donation, just send us a one-time donation. You can do so at paypal.com. Just send it to nerdchurchradio@gmail.com. We also do appreciate iTunes reviews, so if you want to give us an iTunes review, we do love those 5-star reviews. Yeah, so we do love those 5-star reviews, and if you want to mail into us, we'd love to read your mail, and we might just read it on the show, so we can be reached at nerdchurchradio@gmail.com, or if you want to leave a voicemail for us, 641-715-3900, extension 345-703, and as always, you can find us anywhere on the internet at Nerd Church Radio, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. If you want to find me, I'm on Twitter at HeyBenzilla. Where can we find you, Brad?
I'm on the Twitter as well at nerd_, nerd dad Brad.
Okay, and Travis.
I'm on Twitter as well at TritonTR, TRITONTR.
Beautiful, and that's all we got for you guys this week, so I'll say peace be with you.
And also with you.
Peace out, Planet Earth.
Go forth and read comics.